Coffee, Tiki, and Clark Gable. What a combination. Now, what does Clark Gable have to do with this? Well, when he was filming The Bounty in the 1930s, they built an entire Tahitian village on Catalina Island, including a bar for the cast and crew, which was called Christian's Hut, after Gable's character in the film. After it wrapped, the bar was moved and ended up being really popular and spawning franchises. Unfortunately, because they sound like a lot of fun, none survived except the San Diego one. It went bust a couple of times before it was bought in the 1950s and renamed Bali Hai after the song in South Pacific the musical, and roughly meaning your own special island. And it had its own special drink, the Mr Bali Hai, which shares a name with a large wooden statue at the front entrance. In fact, the drink is traditionally served in a mug modelled on the statue gentleman's head. Apparently the version served at the Bali Hai now actually uses blackberry liqueur, but thankfully Jeff Beachbum Berry enshrined the coffee version in his books on Tiki, and it lives on. This is an extended look at the drink that we also made in our collaboration with Mr Black. So in this video, we'll take a bit of a deeper look at its origins, what products to use, and do some tasting notes at the end, which is obviously always my favourite part. Coffee liqueur may not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think Tiki, but it actually makes a lot of sense with the flavours that you're working with. It echoes a lot of the kind of nutty, toasty and cacao notes of the rum, and also plays really well with tropical fruits such as pineapple. Same way baking spices like cinnamon and allspice or pimento are all kind of natural fits with these flavours and add interest. Beachbum Berry's recipe actually calls for a full shot of lemon juice and then half a shot of simple syrup. I prefer just to cut back the lemon a little bit, and then it actually balances quite fine with bottled pineapple juice. If you're lucky enough to have fresh to hand, then you may need to adjust it. And of course, if you are using a sweeter coffee liqueur, then you may not need any sugar at all. Mr Black can definitely use a little bit, but how much is really up to you. The recipe also calls for coffee brandy, which can be harder to find, so liqueurs are often substituted. But again, I think Mr Black is kind of halfway between and fits that stronger and less sweet flavour profile well. You also need some sweetness from the rum, so use a dark one with lots of chewy caramel flavours. Something Jamaican like Appleton's does work really well, or you could try Myers for something even more intense. And for the white rum, I'm using Pampero Blanco because it's sort of fruity and powerful enough to stand up to the other strong flavours, but still has quite a delicate, grassy, savoury edge that adds a little bit of interest. But most white rums will work. Now, frothy brown isn't really the most aesthetically pleasing colour, so I would try and serve this in a tiki mug rather than a glass, but it's obviously not the end of the world if you don't have one. I actually don't have the kind of official Mr Bali Hai mug, which has a little hat on it, and so there's usually not a garnish because the mug sort of does that itself. So I'm going to be serving it with an umbrella and an orange wedge today, but just anything fun and tropical will definitely work. First off, we have to squeeze some lemon juice and get our garnish ready. A little pink one. So we're going to go 45 ml of your Appleton's Estate or similarly delicious dark rum. 20 ml of coffee liqueur. 30 ml of white rum. 45 ml of pineapple juice. 20 ml of lemon juice, and I'm just going to start off with a little kind of 5 to 10 ml of sugar syrup and see how we go. Fill your shaker tin with ice, pop your tins together, make sure it's nice and lined up. It is quite full of liquid, this one, it's quite a big drink. You don't want to splatter it all over yourself, and shake as hard as you can. That's really yummy. We'll pop some ice in our tiki mug and double strain. We need a little straw for this one, and it's got lovely foamy texture from the pineapple juice. And then pop in your little orange wedge and pineapple, and you're ready to go. Mr Bali Hai. So now you know. Give this one a go. That's really yum. The coffee comes through really, really well. It's really good. It's all of the kind of fruity and fun freshness that you want from a tiki drink, but then because it does just have that bitter coffee note, just kind of like whacks you right at the back of your palate. It doesn't get kind of too much, and you definitely, want to be back for another sip as soon as possible. I really like that level of sweetness as well. Like it's there, but it's more just, again, coming almost like a ripeness from the pineapple rather than being actually kind of sweet and in any way cloying. It's actually really refreshing because of that, even though it does have those more kind of toasty, nutty notes going on, which is cool. It's just quite a complex drink. Mr Bali Hai, I approve.